Someone just got fired. The room goes dead silent, and one person, maybe you, maybe someone you know, lets out a small laugh. Not because it's funny, not because they don't care, and now everyone's staring at them like they're a monster. You've been that person, or you've watched that person and wondered what is wrong with them. Either way, you've never had a real answer. Until now. If you've ever laughed at a funeral, giggled during a breakup conversation, or smiled when a doctor gave you news you weren't ready for, you already know this feeling. That laugh that escapes before you can stop it, the one that makes you want to disappear into the floor. You've probably spent years thinking something is broken inside you, but here's the thing. That laugh isn't cruelty. It isn't coldness. It's one of the most sophisticated things your brain knows how to do. And by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly what it means. The psychological term for this is called incongruous affect, when the emotion you display doesn't match what the situation seems to call for. Plain English, your face does something your heart didn't vote for. Researchers at Stanford studying emotional regulation found that laughter in threatening or grief-heavy situations activates the same neural pathways as genuine humor. The difference is what triggered it. The brain, under extreme stress, reaches for laughter not because the moment is funny, but because laughter is one of the fastest tools the nervous system has for releasing tension. Think of it like a pressure valve on a boiler. The heat builds, the system needs release, and the valve doesn't care whether the moment is appropriate, it just fires. There's also something called the relief theory of humor, which psychologist Herbert Spencer outlined in the 60s and which neuroscience has since backed up. The theory says that laughter is literally the body venting nervous energy. When something overwhelms the emotional system, a diagnosis, a loss, a confrontation, the nervous system floods with stress hormones. The brain, trying to regulate, triggers laughter as a physical release mechanism. It's not a choice, it's a reflex, like sneezing when light hits your eyes. You didn't decide to do it, your biology did. And there's a third layer here, dissociation. In genuinely overwhelming moments, the mind creates a slight emotional distance from the event as a protective strategy. It's the brain saying, "This is too much right now, let me buffer it." Laughter in those moments is the sound of that buffer working. You're not disconnected, you're actually deeply connected, so connected that your system tripped a circuit breaker. This is not a flaw in your character. This is your nervous system protecting you in real time. Society has a very specific script for grief, for seriousness, for loss. Cry, go quiet, look appropriately solemn, and when you don't follow that script, when the laugh slips out, you get read as cold, disrespectful, maybe even dangerous. But what if the script is wrong? What if the people who laugh at funerals feel the loss more intensely, not less? What if that laugh is a crack in the dam, not proof the dam doesn't exist? You're not unfeeling. You feel too much, too fast, and your system had to do something with it. That's not a disorder, that's depth. Hit subscribe if your brain has ever laughed at the worst possible moment and you've spent years trying to explain it. Now, there is a version of this that deserves honest attention, because not every nervous laugh is just stress regulation. Sometimes it becomes a habit, a way of deflecting from real emotion indefinitely. If you laugh every time a conversation gets serious, if humor is the wall between you and everyone who tries to get close, that's a different thing. The nervous laugh as a momentary reflex is survival. The nervous laugh as a permanent defense is avoidance. One is your body protecting you, the other is you hiding from yourself. That line matters, and only you know which side of it you're actually standing on. But for most people, for the ones watching this, it was never avoidance. It was overwhelm. It was a moment so heavy that your body reached for the one thing it knew could carry some of the weight, and you got judged for it by a room full of people whose nervous systems hadn't tripped the same wire yet. That doesn't make them more compassionate. It just means their threshold was different. You have laughed in rooms where you were supposed to cry, and that laugh said more about how much you were feeling than any silence could have. The nervous laugh is not evidence of emptiness. It is evidence of a nervous system fully, desperately alive. Tell me, have you ever laughed at the wrong moment and wished you could explain it? Or do you actually think people who do that are just deflecting? Drop it in the comments. And if you want to understand another behavior everyone judges but almost no one really gets, the next video on psychoLogic is going to make you rethink someone you've already written off. Watch it. You'll know exactly who I mean.